Greetings, gentlemen and ladies. I am the old school game snob, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you what I think might be one of the best farming runs, fastest farming runs, and the character you can set up to do it. That's not even too terribly expensive. This character has a 350% magic find bonus, and she's extremely tanky. Her mercenary is also well designed to deal with the council, because here's the thing. Between the three of these councils, you have fire immunity, you have lightning immunity, and you have cold immunity, depending on the random modifiers they roll. So you need a mercenary to deal with at least one of those elements. Now I have decided to focus on Blizzard. Every now and then, of course, we'll get a stone skin version, and that slows things down a little bit. But let's do another run. Let's do another run, and I'll show you guys just how fast this can be. Because here's the thing. The council, they're a bunch of ass kickers. They really are. They're a tough group of demons, but they're also able to drop basically anything in the game. I think. I need to double check that, but they're able to drop a lot of very high-end loot, and they're one of the best places to farm for the Stone of Jordan. They're also one of the best places to farm for runes. The problem is that they can be hard to deal with. They're, like I say, a room full of ass kickers. Oops, that's not where I wanted to go. They're even more hard to farm for if you want to, have a nice high magic find. Well, I have created a character here which is able to deal with and they also get quite a bit of gold with this particular setup. Now, I have created a character here which is able to deal with some of these. Now, I'm going to show you the character build here, and then we'll do some more runs for fun. Also, keep in mind I am using Hero Editor and Expanded Inventory mod on single player. That's why you're seeing a bunch of extra space here. I am only using the standard amount of inventory space, though, for this build. All right, let's take a look at why this works and how it works. Let's start with the skills. Number one, we're maxing out Blizzard, basically. All right, so we're maxing out Blizzard by putting all points into Blizzard, points into Glacial Spike, points into Ice Blast, points into Ice Bolt, and then I've actually even maxed out Cold Mastery. You don't necessarily need to totally max this. I forget where the perfect number is to beat all enemy resistance. I'm overkill, but that's okay. I was just being lazy, so I've kind of maxed out. I put also 1 point into Frozen Armor. This just helps her get hit a little bit less. I've also put a point into Telekinesis and into Teleport, and 1 into Warmth. Now, if you don't have as many points as this Hero Editor and level 99 character, you don't need to put as many as a Cold Mastery, and that's fine. Alright, so what I've also done is alright, let's take a look at the gear and why this works. So, like I was saying before, this character has a 347% chance of better chance of finding magic items, which is about as high as you really want to get. Once you get beyond this, you get some serious diminishing returns. So this is about as good as it gets, and that's kind of the neat thing about this whole setup, is that we're farming one of the best areas to farm, one of the hardest areas to farm, and a group of monsters that is super close, super quick, super accessible. Let's take a look. All right, so she's using the Gold Dagger. All right, Gold Dagger, that's a very easy and cheap item to find. We've got some Chance Guards. Again, super easy to find. The Nagel Ring, or Nagel Ring, I forget how to say that. Also, an easy to find item for some extra magic find. On the other ring side, I have got a Ring of the Apprentice. This one is nice, it's got some mana on it, but basically I just wanted a little bit more faster cast to be able to spam out those ice bolts a little bit faster, to teleport a little bit faster. Her faster cast rate is very low. It's down at like 35% or something like that. There it is, 45% faster cast rate, and that is basically just to get a couple breakpoints up. Alright, so here's where this build starts to become very good against Council. So what we've got here is Thunder God's Vigor. This gives us a +10 to maximum lightning resistance and lightning absorb. Alright, so lightning absorb basically means that the lightning attacks made by the Council will not damage you, they will actually heal you. Alright, and then we've also got, like I say, or I guess I haven't said yet, but we've got high fire resistance, 75, 75, and 85 lightning resistance. So we've got very high resistances. I could get fire resist even higher if I wanted to, but I don't want to. The other thing that we'll encounter is the Hydras, right? And they will actually be nullified by the Rising Sun Amulet, which has 74 fire absorb. So if you max out your fire resist, the more fire damage that gets through, the better, because it heals you more. If only 5% of that got through, you wouldn't get healed for as much. If you had, like, say, 95 resist, right, you wouldn't get healed as much. Basically, you want your resistance to be as low as possible, whilst the remaining flat absorption absorbs as much as possible. So when those hydras go down, she starts healing from them, basically, and they don't do damage, and they just heal her. The same is true of the lightning attack. So we've basically nullified the council's main attack options there. I'm using the Spirit Monarch. This is for some additional magic find, but this is also for some faster cast rate, just to get the, the teleports happening a little bit faster, basically. I've got Alder's Advance here just to get fire resistance up. Because of all the resistances that she has, fire resistance is low. Alder's gives plus 50 to fire, also gives 40 faster run walk, and just for getting to Travancore in the first place, that makes it a little bit faster. So that's good, that's alright. I've got Talrashes. Now this is probably the hardest to find item. Well, yeah, probably the hardest to find item. You could also just swap this out. Could you swap this out? You could probably swap this out for a four socket perfect topaz piece, and then get some additional charms for resistance. At the moment, I am making up for any lacking of resistance with some small charms that have 5 resist. Now I haven't filled up my whole inventory because these are pretty hard to find, and I want to kind of keep this realistic. Instead of having this many 5% small charms, you might add some bigger charms, and I just haven't done that. Like I say, I'm trying to keep this semi within reason, even though this is a hero edited example. I've also got Geed's Charm for some magic find, and Nightwing's Veil also for skill or +2 to skills, also cold, and I've actually socketed with a perfect topaz. I've socketed Talrashes with an Ist rune, and basically I could have probably also socketed the Gold Dagger with an Ist rune, and that would actually put magic find up to like 300 and what is it, 7, I forget I forget, 370, something like that, give or take. So that's about it. Bit more faster cast rate, lightning absorb, so we heal, Nagel Ring, Chance Guards, Alder's Advance for fire resist compensation, Rising Sun to nullify the Hydras, Nightwing Veil to add some damage onto our Blizzard, and Gold Dagger for that extra magic find. Now, the other important part of this equation is Emilio. So basically, I have given Emilio Reaper's Toll, socketed with a Shale Rune for some faster, fast attack. This is good because you get that lifesteal mod from it, which helps Emilio to stay alive. I've also given Emilio the Guardian Angel, socketed with an Rune. I don't think you need the rune socketed here. I think you'll be able to max out your resistances even without that rune in there. But I have socketed that with an rune to get his resistances up. I've also given him a Crown of Ages, and this one has both an and a Cham rune. Alright, so the rune gets the resistances up. If you need more resistance, I can't remember exactly if you need that or not. But the Cham rune basically makes it so he can't be frozen. So when Emilio gets frozen by the council, he starts attacking slower, his life leech goes slower, and basically he's more prone to dying. But with the combination of all these things, Guardian Angel to get his resistances up to 90, Crown of Ages because it has those 2 nice open sockets, and also, like I say, it comes with its own resistances. We've got Reaper's Toll for the life steal and very fast attack. With all of those things combined, basically what we're looking at is a very tanky Emilio, very well suited for dealing with the council. So let's do some council runs, guys. Let's do some council runs, and I'll show you how this goes. Yeah, so like I say, for high rune farming, the council's a great place to do that if you can kill them fast. The problem is that most characters have trouble killing the council fast because they are tough. They are mean. So what I like to do, since mana is a little bit shy... Oh, I have to show you guys one more thing. I forgot one more thing about this build. I'll show you that in just a second. And this is kind of an interesting idea. You can do it differently if you want to. Sometimes you get them split between 2 places and it takes a little longer. Whoop, and there's a hit. They don't often hit, but when they do, it's kind of hard. When they're all together, that's kind of better, because you can just blizzard them all at once. But here's the other thing I've decided to do. I've decided to put a lot of dexterity into this character. That gives her a 75% chance to block with a spirit shield. I've also kind of put a little bit into energy, so she has a little bit more mana, and so the rest into vitality. So I forgot to show you guys the stat layout there. So that's kind of it. So like I say, she doesn't get hit too often. The gold piles are quite decently sized. She doesn't get hit too often, and you don't want to necessarily stand right in the center of everything, because even though you can nullify the fire and lightning attacks, they can still smack you pretty good with their fists. I suppose with their fists. So as you guys saw, that was a pretty good smack. That can happen from time to time, so it's better to better to throw down your blizzard and then kind of just keep them frozen. Wow, they actually got Emilio that time. And that's probably because I didn't have enough cold and froze down, and they were just beating up on Emilio. So we'll try that. We'll try this a little bit more. Usually Emilio doesn't die, but I was kind of not on the ball there. And yeah, even with this very well designed build, specifically to counter council, you're not invincible. You can do it pretty easy with a little bit of tactics, but you're not invincible. I wanted to make as invincible as possible whilst still maintaining a lot of magic find, and this is kind of what I came up with. I like it a lot, but you're not totally invincible, so you can't play like an idiot. You can't stand right in the middle of everything and hope for the best. It's not a bad idea to pull Emilio back every now and then with a teleport, and then just kind of keep stuff frozen. If you do that, you'll have a very easy time dealing with the council. You should pretty much not die at all. Yeah, and as you guys can see, those hydras do absolutely no damage. Actually, they heal her. And there's that cold immune one. You kind of get random immunities, it seems like, which ones are cold immune, which ones are whatever. There's a shale rune. But Emilio's quite good at dealing, like I say, because he can't get frozen. Very important to get that Cham rune into Emilio's armor or helmet, whatever you prefer, here nor there. Without that, the whole run slows down a lot because he gets frozen and he starts attacking very slowly, and you can't finish up your run as quickly. But as long as he can't get frozen, yeah, runs are pretty quick. Sometimes very, very quick, sometimes a little bit longer, really depending on the random mods that the council has. Sometimes you get those extra strong or extra, what is it, stone skin that gives them a whole bunch of extra hit points. They just take a little bit longer to chop down. Oh yeah, this one's got stone skin, as you can see. It took quite a bit longer to chop down. We'll do a couple more runs. I like this. This is fun. This is fun because you can play in a sort of lazy and relaxed way. You don't have to be so on the ball because any small wrong move will do you in, and that's where the character stats kind of come into play. You can be kind of relaxed with this, and you can farm kind of in a peaceful way because you're not likely to get killed. Not too likely. It could happen if you let everything surround you, but it's not too likely. Yeah, that block does come into play, and like I say, they do sometimes get damage through, especially with that amplified damage. You can get hit pretty hard, and that's why I actually configured this with quite a lot of block, just so that the likelihood of a lot of burst damage is less. So we've nullified their elemental damage, and that block helps to basically stop them from whacking and finishing you off, right? So one big hit, okay, you take a big hit, you teleport away, you're okay. Or you take a couple big hits. I've had a couple big hits in a row, and you're okay, you teleport away. You've got time to make a move if you do actually take damage. I've also given Emilio the Might aura. I don't know if he really triggers it, if he has time to trigger it or not. I can't really tell. There, yeah, I think he just triggered it. That is basically just to do extra damage. You could also grab the Defiance aura if you wanted some more survivability for your character. but again, it's kind of unreliable because Amelia won't necessarily trigger it right away, but you can see there's just so much gold. What do we got? We've got chance guards, which increase gold drop, and we've got, what is it? Is that, yeah, gold dagger. Maybe it's just a chance guards that are increasing gold drop. I can't remember. I think that might just be it. That's quite a lot of gold drop. I don't know, I'm just having fun doing these runs. That's about it, guys. That's the build, though. We'll do one more run together, and yeah, we'll call this a video. By the way, for those of you who do the single player and want to expand your inventory, I recently did a video on how to set up that plugin, that mod, so that you can have expanded inventory. There we go. There's everybody all at once. So that's kind of the best way, right? Because you get to kill everybody all at once when they're not split between two layers. You don't have to worry about the ghoul lords at all, and that's another nice thing about this build. It's not just the council that you don't have to worry about too much from. You don't have to worry about the ghoul lords or the, what are they called? You see, we've got a couple unique items. They're not anything any special, but we've seen a couple unique items drop already. Just because of all that, like I say, all of that absorb. If you do end up getting a bunch of these other monsters that aggro onto you, they're not going to be a problem because they shoot lightning, or immune to lightning, or immune to fire. So yeah, we're really well suited for just repeat farming this same area, hopefully finding some good high runes. Want to do one more? Let's do just one more. I don't know, I just like this run so much. It's so fun. It's so fun. And so quick to find and to access, right? All right, last one, and then we'll call this a video. Yeah, the only thing is you do burn through your mana pretty quickly, so I don't spam Ice Blast the whole time. It's kind of more to keep the council from doing too much damage to Emilio, just to kind of keep the ones that aren't immune to fire, cold, from attacking back too much. But if you don't mind drinking lots of potions, you know, you could just keep spamming. Anyway, that's it. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. By the way, whilst I was filming and setting up the character for this build, I did actually find a pretty nice little drop here. That's a video of this happening. That was about, all in all, probably 20 runs in, or something like that. Not too bad. Not too bad. There we go. There we go. And take a look at this little beauty. This one actually rolled really well. There we go. -5, +5. Gotta like it. See you guys later.